Hey, what's up, guys? Mac H here. Just want to say thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. Absolutely insane support on the channel recently. We've had over 4,000 new subs this month alone. So I just wanted to make this video and show you guys who I am. This is me. Might be doing some streams in the future if I ever can complete this account, because I think some rushing on a 10 HP account would be very interesting. So I'll leave the link to my Twitch below, but I just want to say thank you guys so much for 20,000, and enjoy the video. I'm my liability, literally. In this series, I've set out to accomplish the strongest low-level peer Gielinor has ever seen. A 10 HP Ironman account with 60 attack, 99 strength, and just 31 prayer. No overheads. My end goal is to get my hands on the coveted Dragon Claws and rush people to Narnia. But there's a twist. If I get 11 HP, I'm restarting, and that's a fact. Okay, so here's the full method. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write my role as attacker. Only attackers can splash. And then I'm also going to have a second attacker, which is Southman, my alt account. So Southman is another 10 HP account that I'm using. And his stats are decent. You can look them up. And then obviously for the remainder of this, you're just going to want to have one person in each role. So Mac H is going to be the healer. He's level 5 healing, just in case I run into any issues. He can heal me up to full HP very quickly. We'll just put the other two as the other two roles, and we should be good to go. So now what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to quick start the game, and you're going to immediately want to grab a bunch of runes on this account. Don't really worry too much about your other guys yet. And this is my method. There's a lot of ways to do it, but about 9,000, 10,000 runes should be decent. And I'm going to move this guy up here. So now I'm going to quickly do this on the other accounts. You can see he's already getting attacked. I'm going to bring this guy up here as well. So while all that's going on, I'm going to have Mac H kind of lure these over here just to make sure they're all attacking me. Okay, that's decent. They're all attacking me. So now I'm going to want to set up the other ones. So it looks like this one's attacking me, which isn't a big deal. Okay, now he's attacking Mac H. So here we're gonna quite literally build a wall right here. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing for my other account. He's gonna build a wall. And this is good that this is attacking this guy, because it'll be perfect for splashing. So now most of these are set up, and these are all attacking Mac H, which is good. Mac H is going to complete the wall over here, and if you see how it's a stepping stone. Those just all get stuck right there. Now we have the one penance fighter right here that I can splash. So now let's move back to first Southman. We're going to set my spell for Earthwave. These are his stats, by the way, if you're interested. So now we're going to switch back to my liability. Okay, and we're gonna set this to Earthwave, and he's gonna attack as well. So now you're pretty set up. You have the wall built, you have the ranger stuck, and you have, you know, the penance fighter that you're splashing. So this is perfect. Now if you don't touch anything, there's nothing more to do. As you can see, I'm 73 magic right now. By the time you're watching this video, I will be 82. So I do want to address some potential concerns that you guys may have with this method. And the first one that comes to me is this a bug or a glitch? And I'm very ignorant on the subject, so I've kind of looked at a few different things in regard to this method itself to try to come up with some reasoning as to whether or not I was actually even going to do this method. And after what I found out, I did decide to do it. So the first thing was I asked my friend Relaz. And for those of you who don't know, Relaz is a famous bug abuser. Him and his friend Bull5 successfully no-clipped the Kriara and ModMattK stream. They opened the door to the Varrock West Bank. They've done some really cool things, and they actually met through my streams back in 2013. Those guys used to make fun of me. But we're still friends to this day. Good friends, actually. And this is what Relaz had to say. I said, yo, what's the difference between a glitch and a bug? He says a glitch is a one-time thing. It's non-reproducible. A bug is an error. So to me, that seems, if a glitch is a one-time thing, I wouldn't be able to reproduce it. So that's out of the picture because I'm able to log in. I'm able to replicate this every time I log in. So it can't be a glitch. So I will go on to say, okay, so here's a scenario. Tell me if this is a bug or a glitch in the game. I said I found a method to splash to 99 magic for free. No runes needed. And Relaz said that it's neither a bug or a glitch, it's an exploit, unless you used a bug to do it. And I said, okay, the method involves going to Barbarian Assault and using the free runes there. He said, oh, I'd still say an exploit. Okay, so to me, Relaz has said that it's not a bug or a glitch, which is good, but I also wanted to do a little bit of more digging. And the next thing I did was just read the rules of RuneScape. At this point I ruled out that it wasn't a glitch because a glitch is non-reproducible, a bug is reproducible, so I wanted to take a closer look at what a bug actually was. And it says, in the rules of RuneScape, knowingly exploiting a bug, players must not use or attempt to use any cheats or errors which they may find in our software. To me, this isn't an error in their software by any means. You know, you're getting magic experience in a mini game. That's not an error. It wasn't intended for, you know, me not to get magic experience in here. In fact, if you were using magic regularly in the mini game, you would get splash experience, but nevertheless, you would get experience still. So to me, based on my interpretation of that rule, I've also ruled out that it's probably not a bug either. So then I wanted to just go one step further, and I just wanted to make sure. And what's interesting enough is I did quite a bit of digging, and I found out that you used to be able to splash in Nightmare Zone. So Nightmare Zone was released on September 5th of 2013. And it wasn't actually patched until over 2 years later on September 9th of 2015. And I felt, huh, that was interesting. So people were able to splash for 2 years? Well, maybe not, because probably the method wasn't well known for a while. But I did do a little bit of more digging. And what's interesting is I actually found a clip of ModMattK talking about splashing in Nightmare Zone back from March. So, you know, in March they knew about the method, but they didn't patch it until September, which means they weren't adamant about patching free magic experience back then either.
Some really good ideas coming through. But aside from that, yeah, let's go into it. So, splashing in Nightmare Zone.
So
individually or together?
We'll do them together. It's effectively the same thing. And you remember that last November, I think it was, we sort of asked you what we should do about it, and as many people wanted to get rid of it as wanted to keep it. So you know there is no right decision for us to make. We're still in the exactly same position. I mean, for everybody who says get rid of it, there is still somebody who wants to keep it. I think the next step we've got to make is actually have a look at what's going on in Nightmare Zone, what's happening with splashing, how many people are doing it, what sort of benefits they get, and what they're doing with their accounts after they've done it, what they're doing with their accounts before they're doing it. Because if we find that it's being primarily used by real-world traders to create high-level accounts and sell them on, then obviously we're going to do something, but we don't know if that's the case. To find that out, we need to take all our data feeds and push them to the data warehouse where they can be looked at properly. We can't do that until bonds are out. We've then got some work to do on Chrome users, and then we can start looking at getting those data feeds plugged in. Then we can go get all the information, and then we can come to you guys and say, look, these are the facts of what's going on, this is what's happening in Nightmare Zone, this is what's happening with Splash, and this is the impact it's having on game. Does that change your mind? And if it does, we'll do something then. If it doesn't, we'll keep going the way we are. But at the end of the day, you know, like I said, everybody who wants us to remove it, there's somebody who wants us to keep it, and we're just stuck between a rock and a hard place at the moment.
So anyways, after doing those three things, the first thing was asking Relaz if it was a bug or a glitch and him saying no. The second thing was reading the rules of RuneScape, and my interpretation of the rules of RuneScape was this was not a bug either. And then the third thing was the clip that you just saw of ModMattK addressing Nightmare Zone and splashing, and you know, him seemingly not being too adamant about patching it. So to me, if the product manager of the game, ModMattK, is okay with splashing in one minigame, then what would make it different if I splashed in another minigame? So that was my logic and my reasoning behind giving this the green light. And at that point, I was like, this is a no-brainer. I'm definitely doing this. I think it's important when doing potentially questionable things, whether in RuneScape or in life, to use deductive reasoning like I have to come up with conclusions. Deductive reasoning is a process of using logic and prior information to come up with conclusions. So that's pretty much what I did here. And that's exactly why I ended up deciding to use this method for 82 Magic. In terms of whether or not I think this method will be patched, I honestly don't think it will be, and the reason being is a couple of reasons. One, you need 5 accounts to do this method. And while some of you may be like, well, MacH, can't you just use friends for this? And yeah, you can, but remember, 2 people are only going to be splashing at one time. So your other 3 friends, what do you think? They're just going to sit there and, you know, do nothing? Hey, man, maybe you may have awesome friends, but I don't think so. And then to even go further on that point, when one of your friends has to go, you guys all get kicked out of the game and you're going to have to reset the whole thing again. So yeah, it's just not viable to use other people. So you pretty much need 5 accounts to do this, and if you just create 5 new accounts, remember, you're going to be attacked by the rangers and the meleeers, so 10 HP might not be enough for you to actually do this. So you need to not only spend $55 a month or like 15 mil in bonds for 2 weeks to do this, you need to make sure your accounts can withstand some damage. So I think with those facts alone, less than 1% of people will be able to viably do this. And then furthermore, Jagex even said when they were evaluating the whole Nightmare Zone issue that they wanted to collect data and that sort of thing, which to me, collecting data is probably going to take a long time since now you have a limited amount of people who are actually going to be doing this. So yeah, with those facts alone, I don't see this being patched anytime soon. And these are what the stats look like at the end of episode number 17. So episode number 18, I should finish getting 60 attack. I also want to complete a couple of quests, such as doing Horror from the Deep, and then I want to do Easy Clues. I think you can do Easy Clues to get the Book of War, which will give me +2 strength bonus. Then some other things I want to do in the next episode include doing Mage Arena, so I can unlock, obviously, the Mage Arena Cape 1, which will help me for rushing. Anyways, I know that this video may be a little controversial. Not all of you may agree with how I did Magic, but, you know, I tried to give my reasoning why I did it. If you guys are new here or you did enjoy this video, please consider hitting that like button. One more thing I do want to say is my friends list is completely full. 400 out of 400 people. I've received 400 PMs in the game from people, you know, who have been a fan of my videos, and these are all of you guys. And I can't add any more. So I'm sorry. I'm still getting a ton of PMs. I know that the PMs aren't going to stop. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy. We'll see you next time.